What's up guys, Right Cloak here, and today I'm here with the final part of What If Naruto Was in My Hero Academia. And shoutouts to Toxic for making this thumbnail. He's an OG, so go subscribe to him, go get him some subs. And anyways, let's get right into this video right now. No more small talk, let's get right into this finale. I do want to say where this series is going to go for now. When Season 5 comes out, I will definitely record another part. And when Season 5 ends, I'm probably going to continue with the manga. So just to give you guys enough time to catch up with the manga and I can actually get into the manga territory because I really love this What If. And I am trying to branch out to My Hero Academia content a little bit more because I really do love My Hero Academia. Black Clover and My Hero Academia are my favorite new gen anime right now. And I recently watched the Hero Rising movie. So if you guys want to see a part of that, make sure to hit like 200 likes and I'll probably just do the Hero Rising part with Naruto and Sasuke and Gaara in it. So yeah, let's start with this video and get into my intro.
Yeah, hold up, what the fuck? Hey, bass in the trunk, yeah. Shorty wanna fuck, but I'm busy getting bucks. If you know my fucking name, you know my music bumps. If you hate my fucking shit, you a motherfucking chump. Hey, ooh, yeah, damn, Billy stay high like a kite. Yeah, bitch, I blew up overnight. Yeah, you know the world around town. Hey, my diamonds bright like a light. Yeah, my music different, I'm right. Hey, my music different, I'm right. Yeah, who the fuck else sounds like this? Hey, my music different, I'm right. I don't give up.
In the last part, everyone was taking their provisional license until Sasuke and Deidara attacked. Sasuke and Deidara was able to escape because they weren't able to get Gaara and Naruto, but most students from other schools died, not from Class 1A though. And a huge change, everyone gets their provisional license, so Bakugo and Todoroki don't get singled down. They don't have to go to that stupid intermediate classes. So yeah, that's actually good for the rest of the class. Now, I do still see Bakugo and Deku fighting, Bakugo knowing the truth about One For All, and about All Might gave Deku his powers. And in my honest opinion, I don't think it's time for Naruto to learn the truth about Deku having One For All yet. That's probably going to be sooner or later in the series, so don't worry guys. Before we end off Season 3, I do want to talk about something who isn't going to be relevant until Season 5. It's about Shinso. Even though he's only training with Aizawa and now Might Guy, he's learning some good capabilities and good ideas and tricks from them. Occasionally Kakashi comes to train with him too, but his main mentors are basically just Guy and Aizawa. I don't want to spoil anything that he's going to get for like the Season 5 part of this series, but still, he's very strong and stronger than he was in the original, so be prepared when Season 5 comes out. I'm definitely going to showcase how strong this guy is. Now the tricky thing about Overhaul in Season 4, well, he still attacked the League of Villains and killed Big Sis Magna and kind of rip off Mr. Compress's arm because the League of Villains is actually allied with the Akatsuki, so maybe it seems like he's risking it, but I'm going to say he actually still does. Let me clear up this misconception. The Akatsuki are not a part of the League of Villains, they're just helping out, but if they feel like this help is not really given, they're just going to pull out the idea. Not only that, the Akatsuki are not even in the League of Villains base, so I think the same thing happens in the canon. Overall basically bops like two people, well, only kills Big Sis Magna and rips off Mr. Cress's arm, and he just leaves, just tells them that when they cool off, they can have a talk. When it comes down to internships, I do think it's pretty obvious that Gaara's going to go with his father, and that Sasuke's probably go back with Itachi, because, you know, he only went with Kakashi just to learn a couple of things, and Tokoyami's obviously going to go with Hawks this time. For Bakugo, I really don't know what internship he's going to go to. Honestly, you guys can comment down below which internship you guys want him to go to, but it doesn't really matter because the season really revolves around him. Todoroki's obviously going to go with Endeavor because it's his father. You know, for Naruto, he has no idea who to go with because one, Jiraiya doesn't have an agency and he's not really a pro hero, so we can't really go with him. Naruto was just thinking to himself, who can I possibly go to? Aizawa would then see Naruto struggling, just help out and just tell him to go with Killer B. And Naruto remembered Killer B from the provisional license exams, and he just noticed that he did control his 8 tails, maybe he can learn how to control the 9 tails. Naruto then thanked Mr. Aizawa, and he would be off to find Killer B and his agency. When Naruto enters the agency, he sees Killer B actually writing down some lyrics for a new song, and Naruto would just push him and just say, yo, old man, could you train me? Killer B would actually see this coming and actually push Naruto out the way and just say, you want to train under me? Well, that's fine, but there's one thing you must do. It's to get a hit on me, and I'll stamp your form, and you'll be in my agency. Naruto would then get in a fight, and Stance just rush at Killer B, and Killer B would easily dodge because he's just so fast. Naruto can't really predict where he is. Naruto would actually remark that this guy is as fast as Deku. Naruto would create a Rasengan and try to hit, Killer B with it, but Killer B would easily dodge and actually flip Naruto over and hit him with a judo throw, then push him to the wall. Naruto would just remark that this guy is very fast, and he can't even hit him. Naruto is basically looking silly right now, and Killer B is running circles around him. Naruto really doesn't want to rely on the 9 tails too much because 1, he wants to face Killer B by himself, 2, this is a training session, and 3, even if worse does come to show, he feels like he could touch Killer B, actually tag him. Naruto is still trying to keep up with Killer B, but Naruto again is still getting ran around, and Killer B easily blitzes behind him and kicks him in the back and slams him to the wall. Naruto will try to hit him with another Rasengan, but Killer B catches the Rasengan and just twists Naruto's arm. Naruto's Rasengan will dissipate, and Killer B just thinks he won until a vanishing Rasengan hits him right in the back of the head. Killer Bee would then ask Naruto when did he learn that move, and Naruto would just say he'd been training a lot, and he knew that anyone he internship with would want to know how strong he is. Killer Bee would then tell Naruto to come with him, that he's going to learn how to control the Nine Tails, or just steal some of its power. Naruto and Killer Bee would actually set up the ritual, and this would actually mean Naruto would actually face off against the Nine Tails. Killer Bee just tells him good luck because most of the people who fought the Nine Tails were pro heroes and they lost. And even All Might and Endeavor and Minato struggled, so good luck. Naruto's actually trying to have a small talk with the Nine Tails to actually try to steal its chakra, but the Nine Tails just not having it, just breaks out of the barrier and starts fighting Naruto. It's kind of reminiscent from the run-in canon in Naruto, but Naruto's a little bit weaker, well, way weaker, and he doesn't have the big Rasengan or the giant Rasengan, so yeah. Naruto's doing decently well. He's not dead yet, but the Nine Tails is just really just trying to get past him so we just get out, because Naruto knows if he loses this battle, the Nine Tails is going to roam free, and he is going to rampage, and no one's going to stop him besides probably Endeavor or Itachi. Everything's going on good for Naruto until Kurama decides, screw it, I'm shooting a Tail Beast Bomb at you. He's charging it up until Killer Bee uses a Gyuki hand and actually blocks it for Naruto and tells Naruto to do it now. Naruto grabs onto Kurama, and he actually starts pulling out the power from Kurama. Kurama is basically trying to stop Naruto until chains pin him down, and that is Kushina. And Minato's soul is actually helping Naruto pull out the Nine Tails power, and basically Naruto actually does get it, and he would awaken from his deep slumber. Naruto then wake up, and he would just see nothing but a yellow aura around him. KCM has finally been unlocked. But Killer Bee just tells him this form doesn't really seem to be stable, and Naruto would completely go out of it. Naruto would still try to access the form, but it's kind of difficult. He would access it again, but he just knows that his time limit is 5 minutes, so that's not really enough time. So this is used as a last resort, Killer Bee would say. Killer Bee would also tell Naruto not to show it off to his friend because 1, he needs to conserve energy because they don't know how long it's going to take to recharge, and 2, Bishop be Druid because that shit's icy as a Naruto and Killer Bee would actually be going on patrol most of the times until they get called for the Chiha Saikai stuff. Basically, the overhaul arc is actually going to start now, and Naruto's going to be involved. No Sasuke or Gaara though. The same team is assembled just with Naruto in it and Killer Bee. So yeah, things are looking pretty interesting for this arc. Everything will go as per normal. Basically, everyone going to the Saikai base, raiding it. Kirishima is still versus Rappa with Fat Gum. It's just that, Killer Bee is here, but he's with the whole group that's running after Overhaul. And Overhaul would still versus Lemillion and get his ass whooped, but Overhaul would actually still erase Lemillion's quirk. It's looking like, Overhaul is about to kill my boy Lemillion, but Overhaul actually gets slapped in the face by a tentacle, and that is from Killer Bee and the rest of the squad. The bad thing is, Killer Bee's in a cramped space and he can't use Tail Beast Bombs because it's gonna incinerate my boy Overhaul, so nah, that's not gonna happen. Overhaul could easily bob and weave and actually use the ground to his advantage, and he would actually get some good hits in on Gyuki. Overhaul makes spikes on the ground, actually hits Gyuki, and Gyuki can't really get away because, again, he doesn't have legs, and so Killer Bee decides that it's best he stays in his normal state because he's more mobile. Killer Bee would fight Overhaul, but his body would then stop and slow down, and that same guy with the slow down quirk they use on Aizawa, I do think that Killer Bee would get hit with it, so would Aizawa, and so Naruto and Deku have to run up the front lines, and this would actually mean that your boy Night Eye is dead. Well, he's about to die, but he still gets hit. With Deku and Naruto working together, they're actually able to get some good hits in on Shisaki, or aka my boy Overhaul, but Overhaul is doing very well, and Night Eye actually has a prediction that both Naruto and Deku will die against Overhaul. Overhaul will go in that weird monster state, and basically Deku would still grab area like in canon, and Deku would actually start charging up one for all and go 100%. Naruto then see Deku go up to the sky and find Shisaki, and Naruto and Deku would look back at each other, and Deku would just tell him, sorry, but I'm leaving you in the dust, and Naruto just smiled and started laughing. Shisaki wants to know what the hell is this kid laughing about, and Naruto just says, the ace up my sleeve. Naruto then transforms his KCM form, and Deku would just say, I'm impressed, and let's see if you can keep up. Both of them would start running at Shisaki, and Shisaki has no way to dodge this. He's just getting mollywopped by both of them. They're both equally matched in speed, but Deku has the advantage in strength. Shisaki has no way to actually counter both of these guys, so he's just taking the hits, and then Deku would actually use a full Detroit Smash, while Naruto would do the same, but this time he would use a large Rasengan and shove it into Shisaki's face, and this would actually mean Shisaki would get knocked out and get negged by the two goats. Aries rewind thing would actually go out of hand until, Deku and Aizawa would actually stop her, well, mostly Aizawa, and Naruto would just collapse due to the exhaustion of using this form at its fullest, and he would be in the hospital laying down with Ochako and Froppy actually near him, and when he wakes up, he just wants to know what happened. Where's Deku and where's Eri and where's Lemillion and where is Night Eye? Naruto then go to Night Eye's hospital bed, and when he sees the final words of him basically saying goodbye to everyone, Naruto would be a little bit sad, but it would make him strive harder to become the best hero he can. Killer Bee would then tell him that we have more training to do, but you should probably get some rest and go back to school. I think everything after this arc would play out as per normal. Basically, they would all go back to school, everyone would greet them, it'd actually be excited that everyone's back and okay, and I think, the festival thing, it doesn't matter what role Naruto, Sasuke, and Gaara plays, just doesn't really matter. The gentle fight, it's going to go as normal, so let's get into the pro hero arc. I think I'm just going to go through the leaderboards pretty quickly. Number 1 is definitely Endeavor. Number 2 is Itachi Uchiha. Number 3 is Hawks. Number 4 is actually Edgeshot. Number 5 is Mirako. Number 6, I'm going to say it's going to be the Raikage. Number 7 was supposed to be Gaara's dad, but he's missing right now. I wonder why. And the rest, you can probably just look it up in the anime. So y'all good. Hawks would actually tell Endeavor and Itachi to see him because he has some information on the Nomus until the High Nomu would actually come crashing in the window they're in. Now for High Nomu versus Endeavor, I do think it just plays out similar, but Endeavor just beats him a lot quicker because Itachi's here. We can just say that Itachi probably just seals him away with the Tosca Blade because again, the High Nomu is not really a human. So Itachi seals it away, and Endeavor doesn't really have that I am here moment, but Itachi kind of has it himself. But Itachi just gives Endeavor the credit, but Endeavor doesn't want that. We don't really have that moment where, Todoroki's actually worrying about Endeavor. That moment's probably not going to happen if Itachi beats the High Nomu. Maybe Sasuke worries about Itachi, but no one really cares. So yeah, when Endeavor beats up the High Nomu, and the High Nomu is basically on its last legs, which it barely is because it can regenerate, I think Itachi would just decide that this thing, it cannot be redeemable, so he's just going to seal with the Tosca Blade. And knowing the High Nomu, it likes taking hits, to be honest. It really does. So I don't really see it dodging the Tosca Blade. It's probably just going to look at it and probably just say, oh, what's this thing? But the High Nomu is very smart, so I don't think it's probably standing around like an idiot. Before we end this off, as I would actually tell Naruto that Killer Bee is reported missing, they don't know what happened to him, and he's not missing, and basically his agency is shut down, so Naruto might have to find a new one, but just not right now until the time comes. And this is where we'll end off this series until season 5 comes out.